Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Report Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, we are 38 days away from the Great American Race. It's January 8th, 2026. 38 days away from the Great American Race, 24 days away from the Clash at Bowman Gray. Back when the race cars on track. Then we're going to be 38 events in 41 weeks. So, 2 weeks off during the regular season, then we have the week off between the Clash and the 500, Super Bowl week Sunday, obviously. So yeah, so there's going to be a lot of racing over the summer, over the winter, or spring, whatever you want to call it. So right now we are 38 days away. We're going to profile car number 38. 1,049 starts in the Cup Series for that 38, 7 wins, 32 top 5s, 110 top 10s, 13 poles. First race was June 19th, 1949. Obviously, NASCAR's very first race as well. Last race was November 2nd, 2025. 82 different drivers, 4 different winners. Of those 1,049 starts, 905 as a Ford, 67 Chevy, 20 Buick, 8 Dodge, 7 Oldsmobile, 3 Plymouth, 2 Hudson and Pontiac and Studebaker, 1 Edsel, Lincoln, and Mercury. David Gilliland leads the way with the most starts in the number 38 with 243, 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, average finish of 27.5. Elliott Sadler was second, 130 starts, 2 wins, 12 top 5s, 40 top 10s, average finish of 19.2. David Reagan third with 108 starts, 4 top 10s, 24.7 average finish. Todd Gilliland, 102 starts, 1 top 5, 9 top 10s, average finish of 21.8. Wayne Smith, 96 starts, 6 top 5s, 21.9 average finish. Zane Smith, 42 starts, which I find very fascinating with Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland and the front row team. A couple years ago, they were looking to replace Todd Gilliland with Zane Smith. When they didn't do that, now Todd's in the 34 and Zane's in the 38. 42 starts for Zane Smith in that 38, 1 top 5, 6 top 10s, average finish of 22.0. Gwen Staley, 14 starts, 14 starts, 3 wins, 9 top 5s, 11 top 10s, average finish of 9.5. And then gentleman Ned Jarrett, 14 starts, 1 win, 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, average finish of 17.4. Now once again, this is not an all-inclusive list, this is just the snapshot of like the top 7 or 8. You can go to driveraverages.com for that all-inclusive list. On the Xfinity side, O'Reilly Auto Parts, 748 starts, 4 wins, 72 top 5s, 169 top 10s, among 47 different drivers. Only 3 drivers won races for those 4 race wins. First race was May 14th, 1983. The last race for the number 38 in Xfinity was November 9th, 2024. Jason Leffler leads the way with 184 starts, 1 win, 26 top 5s, 63 top 10s, average finish of 16.9. Elton Sawyer, 122 starts, 1 win, 13 top 5s, 35 top 10s, average finish of 17.3. Casey Kane, 105 starts, 2 wins, 23 top 5s, 46 top 10s, average finish of 15.8. J.J. Yaley, 34 starts, average finish of 30.0. Matt DiBenedetto, 28 starts, 3 top 10s, average finish of 23.2. Jeff Green, 27 starts, 1 top 10, average finish of 34.0. On the Truck Series, 287 starts among 28 different drivers, 12 wins among 5 drivers, 53 top 5s, 92 top 10s. First race was February 5th, 1995. Last race was October 31st, 2025. Brandon Witt leads the way with 57 starts, 1 win, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, average finish of 20.9. Next, we just have a run of front row motorsports guys. Zane Smith, 46 starts, 6 wins, 24 top 5s, 29 top 10s, average finish of 11.2. Todd Gilliland, 45 starts, 1 win, 14 top 5s, 26 top 10s, average finish of 12.9. Chandler Smith, 25 starts, 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 16 top 10s, average finish of 11.8. And then Lane Riggs, 23 starts, 2 wins, 7 top 5s, 10 top 10s, average finish of 16.6. So, 38 days away. We still have not heard officially what the playoff format is. There is some leaked information out there, supposedly. Unfortunately, in this day and age, some of that leaked information ends up being true, which if it is, okay, fine, it's the chase format, okay, but the person's source kind of a ticket rep at a track knows, I think that's speculation. It could be right, it could end up being the actual what it is, but maybe not have been right, but it's a lucky guess by that person. Just like I've said, I think it's going to be a full season. Again, not what I want, but I'm fine with it because I understand it. Especially the fact that Steve O'Donnell said, whatever the system is going to be, we need to have buy-in from the fans and buy-in from the industry. We've obviously in the recent years we've heard some of the people in the industry complaining about the playoffs, not liking it. Okay, fine. If we go back to a full season, that's fine. But here's the thing, people are going to complain no matter what. So what happens in 2, 3, 4 years when we have 3 of the 4 champions clinch early, and it's drivers people don't like, and there's no real battle for the championship, and the best statistical driver still doesn't win the championship, the guy with the most wins, and everyone complains again and says, we need to do something different, this is stupid. Then what? Change it again? That's the problem NASCAR has. If the goal is to keep chasing what the fans want, you could poll 1,000 fans and get 1,000 different answers. We've seen these polls on X. Don't throw a poll at me and say, well, this poll says people want it. Right. You're taking a small sample size of what? 2,500 people take Mark Martin's poll, I think. 35 took Bianchi's poll, I think, or Gluck's poll, or whatever the numbers were. You're taking a very small sample size of the fan base on social media. Not every fan's on social media. Not every fan took these polls that's on social media. So, and didn't say no one wanted the current playoff format. It said of the small sample size you took, the 56, 60%, whatever it was, chose full season of that small sample size. There's millions of other fans out there. So, again, take those with a grain of salt. They're X polls. Come on, they're not official polls. Just like if we did the presidential election on X, who would win? Who won in the ballot box? So, you kind of got to take those for what they are. We'll see what happens. It should be announced. I was thinking this week, maybe next week at this point. Obviously, it'll be announced before we get Bowman Gray. They're not going to wait till after Bowman Gray because that's not fair to the competitors and teams. And they're not about screwing the teams. And NASCAR's not out to screw 2311 in front row this year. NASCAR's not out to screw Denny Hamlin this year. There's no get revenge. They gotta get revenge on them. Those 2311 cars, they're all getting DQ'd every race. Watch it. No, they're not going to do that. NASCAR is not going to do any retaliation against these teams for standing up. No, they're not. NASCAR agreed to the new contract, new charter deal. The teams agreed to the new charter deal. It's done. There's no retaliation. There's no getting them back. They're not going to give Denny Hamlin a championship now because of what happened to the off season in the last year. No, NASCAR doesn't do that. And if you got proof they do, please provide it, because there is no evidence ever that NASCAR has ever rigged a race. People can say it all you want, but here's the thing, though. There's currently 36 full-time teams. In order for NASCAR to rig a race, all the NASCAR officials would have to know. Okay? The drivers in question, the drivers would have to know. That means the crew chiefs would have to know. That means the car owners would more than likely know. The spotters would have to know. The number of people that would have to know that they're rigging a race, to rig a race, somebody in the last 77 years would have spilled it. And in 2026, you can set up an account on social media anonymously, and you can go get a freaking burner phone, set up an anonymous account, and spill it all, and no one will know it came from you. No one's ever done this in the industry, period. You can't say they're buying them all off, because somebody's going to do it, period. There's no question. So, these races aren't rigged. NASCAR is not out to get people. NASCAR doesn't give teams this, some teams this, some teams that. There's no proof of it. There's no evidence of it. There's no acknowledgement of it at all, period. Anyway, 38 days away from Daytona. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a fun year. I think we're going to see a lot of new things this year. Whatever the format is going to be different because would not have done it in a number of years. We're going to crown champions in all three series. We're going to run races in all three series. And the year's going to go about the way it has been. We're going to see teams get penalized for tires coming off. We're going to see rough driving. We're going to see Carson Hocevar racing up front. We're going to see people complain about Carson Hocevar racing up front. And just like other times I've said when I've called in TMD, I've said, talking about Carson Hocevar, there's a guy named Swervin Urban back in the day that turned out to be a pretty good race car driver. There's these two young punks that came out of Las Vegas, that little chip on their shoulder. Came pretty good race car drivers. You know, they're both champions of the sport. One's won over 220 races in NASCAR's top three series. You know, and he's the little brother. You know, Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch I'm talking about from Vegas for the ones who don't know. So, yeah, Carson's goes out there and does a lot of things. Once he wins, I think they'll be all forgotten. But, you know, that's what the season is going to be. We'll preview the season later on as we get closer to Daytona. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Channel. Just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.